Hi folks, it's nearly 5 p.m. on Friday, the 24th of July 2026. I've just finished shooting a video for August, okay? And the first thing I said in that video was that I'm shooting this video a week early because it's just convenient for me, but that by the time we're into the start of August, the world's going to be a very different place from where it is now. And I didn't really realise this until I looked at my ephemeris in readiness for doing this video, because there's a lot about to develop in the next few days. Firstly, I have to hold my hands up and do a bit of mea culpa, because I made a mistake in my last video. I said in my last video that Mercury was going to stop going retrograde on Friday evening. Wrong. Mercury stopped going retrograde on Thursday evening at 1 minute to midnight UK time. So at the moment I'm recording this, Mercury is no longer retrograde. Yabba dabba doo. But it's the 24th of July. Now, in the next few days, there's a large number of astrological and astronomical phenomena going on. Firstly, tomorrow, the 25th of July, at around about 10 to 7 in the morning, Uranus, got it wrong, at 10 to 7 in the morning, Neptune and Pluto, the two outermost planets, 2.8 billion miles away and 4.2 billion miles away, are going to be exactly sextiling each other, exactly 1/6 of a circle from our perceptive viewpoint. This is one of the last times that Neptune will sextile Pluto in our history. It'll happen a few more times over the next 2 or 3 years, and then that's it. Because Neptune has been sextiling Pluto on and off for the last 60, 70 years, it's very difficult to attribute any specific meaning to this, especially as it's part of a larger pattern along with Uranus. But taken on its own, Neptune in Aries is dissolving old archetypes around ego, identity, individuality, sense of self in terms of self-dependence, self-reliance, and it's replacing it with an openness to more community, at least in some type of quasi-spiritual way. It's making us realise that, yeah, okay, in the past I've said one planet, 8 billion different worlds, but now it's not so. That's not the case so much now. One planet, one community. Borders are breaking down. The technology of the world at the moment is a great innovator, and this is at least partly represented by Pluto in Aquarius as well. The strengthening of ideas around global community. So a sextile being a window of opportunity between the growth of global community and the development of a new form of down-to-earth grounded spirituality. There's nothing to dislike about this. And on its own, that's not a big deal, but it's not on its own. This is happening tomorrow, Saturday. On Sunday the 26th at 9 p.m, Saturn will stand still, stop moving forward and start going retrograde. It will station 4 minutes to 9 in the evening. Now on Sunday night, synchronistically, and I did not know that Saturn was standing still at this time when I planned this, at 7 p.m. that evening, 2 hours before Saturn stands still, I'm going to be doing a live stream free of charge to the world. So get your questions in. It's already open, the live stream. Go to the live panel on my YouTube page and you'll see that people are already asking questions. I will be selective as to which questions I answer. Intelligent ones only, please. But Saturn will stand still and start going retrograde against the backdrop of the stars behind it. Now, Saturn stands still and goes retrograde every year. So you think, okay, it's about every 378 days it goes retrograde, something like that. So just over once a year. So again, you think, no, that's not that big a deal. Although, when you realise it's happening 36 hours away from Neptune sextile Pluto, you're thinking, well, wait a minute. 3 of the big 4 are making big changes in their lives. But this isn't all. On the 27th, on Monday the 27th of August at 20 to 3 in the morning, so literally 6.5 hours after Saturn stations and goes retrograde, the North Node will retrograde from Pisces into Aquarius. This is a much vaunted development. Many people have been talking about this online over recent months. As many of you will know, I don't attribute traditional meaning to the North Node. Traditional astrologers will talk about the North Node in terms of the Hindu capacity for things like karma and reincarnation, which to me is just so much spiritual and religious guilt tripping. You will be good, you will behave, otherwise you will come back as an ant. Whereas if you're good, you will have a better life next time. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. Instead, to me, the North Node deals with mission statement, purpose and reason why you volunteered to come to planet Earth in the first place. The movement of the North Node into Aquarius and the South Node into Leo, this is going to make a big difference, particularly in the horoscopes of 1 or 2 very, very prominent world leaders. No names at the moment, but on my live stream on Sunday night, I will name names. 1 or 2 people are now becoming more and more aware of the tenuousness of their position and even possibly their mortality. And when I look at all of this and I think, well, Neptune sextile Pluto, Saturn going retrograde and the North Node changing sign, all taking place in less than 48 hours, it makes me realise what an absolutely batshit crazy time this weekend is going to be. I think the world's going to be in a very strange and different space by Monday. And of course, if I'm wrong, I'll take the flak. Because, you know, forecasting is a mug's game. It may be that many of these changes are happening internally, but I suspect there's going to be some external developments over the next few days by Monday evening that are going to make us all sit up and think, whoa, didn't see that one coming, except for the astrologers who do. So, to all of you who are aware of the astrology at this time, to all of you who know your own charts, look at where Neptune and Pluto are, 4 degrees of Aquarius and Aries. Look at where Saturn is going retrograde, 14 degrees of Aries. And look at the North Node position, 0 Pisces, 0 Virgo, 29 Aquarius, 29 Leo. If this is affecting your chart, dance with it. You can't change the orbit of the planets, but you can change the way you act or react to them. Dance with it. Be flexible. Be adaptable. Dance with it. Because the alternative is bitching and whinging and complaining about how hard your life is and how unfair it all is, and it's all someone else's fault. And that is such an old way of doing things. Surely we're better than that as a species. Gateways are opening. Doors are opening. New avenues of being are coming into existence. This is a really good time. And of course, shortly after this, 2 days further on, we've got the full moon. More on that later in the week and in the live stream on Sunday night. See you on the Sunday evening, 7 p.m. UK time. Be there or be an angular cubicle thing. Catch you later, world. Bye.